Hello, welcome everyone. Bernie here from Stampin' Eat, and I've got Rich here. And we're back. Last week was a little bit of a epic fail. I had so hoped to come live straight off, getting off the plane, as it were, from my amazing week in Melbourne. But unfortunately, I brought some baggage along from Melbourne. The old COVID virus decided it was going to hitch a ride and come across the ditch and come and make friends with the Kiwis. So it really knocked the socks off me. So yeah, I landed up being quite unwell from it. And my energy levels are, I don't know, about 80 and 90% back. So we'll see how we go tonight. I was just saying to Rich that I feel like I might just need to sit down and do my stuff tonight, but we'll see how we go. Anyhow, I got this very pretty dress in Melbourne, by the way, if you like my little blue dress. It's not so little. It goes all the way down to my ankles. But yeah, scored that at one of their factory shops. But the shopping wasn't as great this time, eh?
Not as much as we enjoyed it previously.
Not at all. I was saying to the ladies this morning at card class that usually Melbourne delights me with its shopping. Either I've become less, I don't know, maybe I don't need stuff like I used to always think I need stuff. It might be
mellowed a bit.
Maybe that's part of it. But honestly, the shops, when I was walking through some of the clothing shops, I was going, nah. So good thing though. Good thing. So I'm actually grateful because we got a lot of stuff on stage and I desperately needed that space in my suitcase to bring that back. So I would have had a problem if I had brought back more clothes than just my pretty blue dress. So welcome, Mum. Thanks. Yes, it's a very pretty blue. Hello, Arlene. Nice to meet you too. Awesome. So great to have people here that I've actually met in person. That's really, really cool. So today we're going to be playing a little bit and making a 3D project. And I'm going to be using some designer series paper that is soon to be retiring. There's a lot of stuff that's being culled, unfortunately. I'm gutted. The vellum has already gone. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting few weeks with stuff that's going to head off very quickly. So before we start our project, I just want to pop over to my desk. Stampin' Eat Retreat is happening from the 3rd to the 5th of May. And bookings for that are open. You can go on to my booking link over there, stampineat.com, May 2024 retreat. Those bookings are still very much open at the moment, and they will be closing in 2 weeks' time. So I would suggest getting in there very quickly. There's still space for 8 more ladies. So if you'd like to spend a weekend crafting, a weekend where you are spoilt rotten, then I would highly recommend coming on one of my annual retreats. They tend to book up quite quickly. So like I said, there is still a bit of space there for you. All right, let's have a look. So this little cutie, if I turn it, it's going to be a tricky one to show you how this is going to work with its 3D-ness. It opens, so I'm using the soon-to-be retiring Be My Valentine paper. I've put Velcro on it, but you don't have to. And it's got these little pockets in it. Can you see that on the camera? So you've got all these little pockets. I have sort of figuring out, I've got brand new embellishments here that are brand new. I've also stuck a card in here to show you that you can stick cards in here if you wish. I've also got some of my butterfly accents that fit in here. So this is very easy to make. So let's have a look. So it looks like that all around. There's a bottom strip as well. I've got all the measurements for you, and we're going to work through this step by step. So are you ready? I'm going to be using going very fuzzy on me. I'm going to be using 2 pieces of wild wheat. So if you are in the USA, your cardstock is bigger. So your measurement will be 8.5 inches by 11. If you are in South Pacific, yeah, it's StreamYard, Rich, it's not me. If you are in South Pacific, your measurements are 8.5 inches by 11, and scoring that at 5 inches and 7 inches on the long side. So let's start with that. Let's get that cut. I've been seeing it's not just me, love. It's other demonstrators have been having the same problem. It seems to be StreamYard. Okay, so the paper is already 8.5 inches, sorry, 8.25 inches wide in South Pacific. So that's not a problem. So we just need to trim it on the long side to 11. Okay. And then on the long side, I am going to score the first one at 5. So I'm using, let me just get my blade in here. I'm using my scoring blade, and I'm just going to go at 5. And then I'm going to go at 7 inches. Okay, so that's the first bit of cutting and scoring. The next piece of cardstock, if you are in the US, you'll make that 8.5 by 7, scored at 2 inches and 4 inches on the short side. But if you are in South Pacific, it'll be 8.25 at 7. So I'm just going to cut that down to 7 and scoring that at 2 and 4 on the, oh, did I do that right? Let's just have, I'm just wondering now whether I've done that right. I think I might have done that on the long side. Let's just have a quick look. Let's have a quick look. I just want to, so take your bone folder and burnish on the score lines. Okay. So this is going to create, this is the bottom of the bottom of the bag, and I just want to check. I have a funny feeling I might have scored it on the wrong side. Let's just see. Okay, hold on. It's falling, it's falling. That comes there. Oh no. Oh yeah. Hold on, caller. I've just got to make sure this is absolutely right. No, that's right. Okay, perfect. So what I've done here by cutting the shorter pieces, I've created this lid. Okay, so we've got that first piece. You've got your big piece here with your score, and we've got the shorter piece over here. So I just want to make sure one more time which one I'm gluing. Yeah, so I'm going to be gluing the bottom panel. So here's your one piece, there's the middle, and here's the top. You need to glue on this piece here, and I'm just going to use my Tombow glue if it will cooperate. Hang on, let me just get my little pin. I'm just going to stick my pin in there. Okay. You could, of course, use your snail adhesive if you want, but I prefer, I'm a liquid girl, liquid glue girl, so I like that. All right, so I'm matching these two up. Okay, and now I've got my box. Let's check that's right. Yeah, it's very springy still, but I've got my box. Can you see that? So tricky. All right. Now I'm going to start decorating it. So we're just going to, it's very springy. So for the decoration, you're going to need to take 2 pieces of designer series paper of your choice, 8 inches for South Pacific by 2 3/4, or if you are in North America, that'll become an 8 1/4 inch by 2 3/4. The width stays the same. So we need to choose what we want on this panel. So we can either go daisy, or we can, what did I have? Oh, or we can go, I was like, oh, what have I got? Or we can go daisy. So blue daisy or purple daisy or gold. Blue daisy or purple daisy. Would you like to pop a comment there which of these we should put on the very front? And then the other one will come inside here. So it'll either be purple daisy or it will be gold. So which one are we going for outside? Which one do you like, Rich?
Blue daisy.
Yeah, I'm going towards blue as well. So which one do you want, Mum? Blue or purple? Takes a while there before the comments come in. Blue or purple? All right, start gluing. We'll go blue. We'll go blue. Okay, so I'm going to go blue. This project is super easy to make, or not just super easy to make, but it is actually, do you want purple inside or that color, gold?
Purple.
Purple inside. This is a very good project to use up all your scraps of paper. If you don't, oops. Oh, too late, sorry. Sorry.
Glued wrong side.
Yeah, I glued the wrong side. Okay, so we've got the outside and now we've got the inside, which I should have done differently. Anyhow, we're now going to do the strips that are going on the top. And so you're going to cut 2 of those. If you're in South Pacific, 8 by 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 of an inch, or if you are in the North American markets, 8 1/4 by 1 3/4. So what are we putting on the top? Are we putting dark blue or that blue?
That blue.
Cool. So far you're choosing exactly what I had chosen as my design when I was putting it together.
Mum wanted purple.
Oh, Mum, it takes too long to come in. And we're going to go dark blue inside, or we're going to go light blue? Light blue or dark blue?
Dark blue.
Dark blue. It takes a while for the comments to come through, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Still tracking. So we've got the front, we've got the top, we've got the inside, and now we've got to put a panel here. And for this panel, I've already, that doesn't look nice. I've already decided for everybody, we're going to go gold. And this is, oh, it's shiny, 8 1/4 inches by 3 3/4 if you're in America, or 8 inches by 3 3/4 for South Pacific. So yeah, it was, what was the temperature when we were in Melbourne? 39.
Started at 39 and ended at 25.
39. 37 the one day. That was, it's just insane, eh? All right, so now we've got all of the, we're pretty much done with the box. Okay, pretty much done. So what we're now going to do, I'm just going to set that side for now, is we're going to make these little pockets. Okay, so they are pretty easy to do. you're going to need to cut, and this doesn't change. It doesn't matter where in the world you are, you're going to cut the same. You need 5 pieces of designer series paper at 5 1/4 inches by 9 inches. And then we're going to score them at 1/2 inch on 3 sides. So I've already cut them. So I just want to bring my scoring tool back. What you're going to do is you're going to decide which side of the paper you want. You're going to score 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch at the bottom, and 1/2 inch on the right hand side. Be very careful when you are scoring designer series paper, because it's not as thick as your cardstock, so it can tear. And I know you can ask me how I know that. Okay, so I'm just going over very gently, and I'm going to do that to all 5 pieces of paper. We did a Easter cross today at card class, and if you are in the Tauranga area, I'll be teaching that this Saturday again. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it last Saturday. I had hoped to get all of the Easter crosses done before Easter, but yeah, we did the Tuesday class today, and then Saturday I've got my Saturday ladies will come on Saturday. It's very pretty. Rich, do you want to go and grab it for me, please? Just the Easter cross that we did.
Sure.
Just the one there on the bench. It's very beautiful. Okay, so I'm scoring 1/2 inch on 3 sides, one of the long sides and both of the short sides. We're going to make these pockets now. And this template, this design is inspired by Pink Strawberries. She's on YouTube, Pink Strawberries. All right, now you're just folding these over on all 3 those score lines. I might actually get Rich to cut this. Are you feeling brave enough? Let me show you what you need to do. So there will be a triangle. There's going to be a square on the bottom of each of these. I'd like you to use my paper snips and cut away the square. I don't want you to go beyond where they make that square. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as I pass it to you, could you please just cut those squares? Some of them are going to be a bit, no, I need to fold them first. It'll just save me some time. Okay, so this one, they'll be at the bottom. You're just going to have to use your fingers to feel. Actually, I might turn that around. I've got some of the, oh gosh, what is it called? Countryside in Design Series paper mixed in here. And I've got some retired celebration paper mixed in here. So it really is a good one to use up all your scraps because we've got some very pretty paper coming in our new catalogue. So if you like me, you always have these odd bits lying around. How did you do? Yes, great. There's some more there. Cool. Okay. I just got that all done. Excellent. So there we go. So you're going to, what we're waiting, I'm just waiting for Rich to cut it, but the idea is that we're going to make a little pouch like that. So now that I've got this back, what I'm going to do while Rich is finishing that is I'm just going to glue, put some glue on these folds, and I have pre-cut 5 pieces of cardstock. Let's wait for that camera. Come on, lens. Gosh, it's pixelating. Come on. Waiting for it. It's so pixelated. 8 inches by 4 3/4. And I am going to place that down, and this comes onto the top. So here we have our pouch like that. And I'm just using my bone folder to burnish this. Okay, so that's one. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, with everybody's stuff. Seems to be spitting the dummy. I was watching another lady, a demo in Australia this afternoon, and her stuff was doing exactly the same. It's very annoying. Okay, so I'm doing that one there. What would you put into these little envelopes? I'd love to hear. Nice and cool today and overcast. Oh, that's great, Mom. So what sort of temperatures are you talking about when you say nice and cool? I feel like I'm missing a one, two. I have to look. What sort of temperatures are you having at the moment? It was a bit hot here today. What did we go to today?
Not sure. It felt like 28.
It felt like summer today, not autumn. Okay, so very easy. Very, very easy project this. Just burnish that nicely, just so that the glue gets on there. All right, last 2. We're almost there. We're not far away from finishing, actually. Okay. And this is the daisy paper that I'm putting on wild wheat. So I wasn't particularly wild about this green. I love green, but I didn't quite like this green, so now I can use it. Do something useful with it. Okay, and lucky last. Got little glue dots. So when we went over to Melbourne, we flew in the Dreamliner. I don't think I have actually flown in the Dreamliner before. We flew with Air New Zealand, and it was so enjoyable. The windows, you don't have those shutter things to pull down. You touch them, apparently. I don't know, I wasn't sitting at the window seat, but the guy in front of us, he touched his window and it went darker. I don't think the lady sitting next to you knew what to do with hers because it stayed bright all the time. Okay, look, we've got our pouches. See? Now we just need to decide what color sequence we're going to put them. So I don't want 2 blues together. So I'll maybe go green, brown, blue, and I think I'll go gold and blue. That looks pretty when I open it up. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the one that is going right at the back. And if I hold up my box, there's a score line at the bottom. So I need to butt it up there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tear and tape across the middle. I'm not putting tear and tape all around because I want this to give. Can you see those gaps? Mm. So if I do it all the way around, it's going to secure everything, and I don't want that. I want it to have a bit of flexibility. Okay, so I'm just releasing my tear and tape. I am placing the bottom of that first one at that score line. I'm eyeballing where I want it, and I'm just going to press that down. Okay, that is my first pouch. Let's bring that in the camera. Oh, it's tricky. First pouch done. Now I'm coming with my second pouch. Again, I'm just holding it there, and I'm just going to put some tear and tape on the one that's lying down. And you can see how this is going to get, how we're going to do this, hey? It's not going to take us very long. Come on, go down. Okay, so I'm holding this up. I'm putting this right up, butting this right up. Try and get this on the camera. I want these two, I want all my envelopes to be butted up, so like that. And here we have pouch number 2. Okay, rinse and repeat. We go into the middle.
Mum says she's flown in the Dreamliner twice.
Ah, I thought you might have. I
Very
think
nice.
you did the Perth route in it from memory. I think you did it when you came back from Perth from memory. Whoops. What's that one not butting up? But yeah, no, I don't recall flying on the Dreamliner before. Certainly not to Australia. And then coming back, we just came back in an all camel cart. Felt that way anyway. We were all on top of each other. Who did we have in the cabin with us? The Warriors.
A Warriors rugby team.
Warriors rugby team. And I was like, who
Back from
are these people?
their game on the weekend.
I had no idea. Didn't really care. And last one. If it had been one of the Formula One drivers, on the other hand, that would have been a whole different ball of game. But I mean, they don't come on Air New Zealand flights. They just catch their own private flights. Okay. All right. Look at this. Can I get it in the camera?
Yeah.
Ta-da! Done. Now, if you want to put a Velcro strip on, this is how I did this one. I just had some Velcro and I had just put it on the top there, and then I brought it together and I brought it down on the bottom here. And with this one, I just used some sweet sorbet ribbon to tie it. You could do that. You could also, if you want to, oh, I haven't done that bit yet. Hold on. So if you want to, you can make your little punches. So where it joins, you're just going to create a little punch if you want. Just like little tabs, like so. It's quite a, you don't have to do this step, but you can. You can put little labels in it. And this one over here. It's quite nifty, eh?
Very clever.
Very clever. Like I say, it's a very cool way. Now look at that. Look how, I think, let me just move that. Maybe you can get, look at those colors now with the greens and the blues and bringing it all together, and the gold and the green and the blue there. I wouldn't have ordinarily brought that all together, but it works. It works. So let me go back. What do you think of that? Do you like that design? Do you like playing with things like that, making 3D projects? Looks very complicated when finished. Yes, it's not complicated at all, Mom. It was just those pieces of paper. So I might just run through those quickly with you, with everybody watching. So you, oh, hang on, right, if I got the right. I'm putting it under the camera. Hang on, let me just switch my camera lens. I'm being a doofus. Okay, so the first piece was an 8 1/4 inch by 11, scored at 5 inches and 7 inches on the long side. If you are watching this and you're using US sized cardstock, you would make that at 8 1/2 by 11. Then your second piece to make the lid was 8 1/4 by 7, scored at 2 inches and 4 inches on the short piece. Again, if you're in the US and Canada, this would be 8 1/2. Then you needed some designer series paper for the bottom for that broader piece. That is 8 inches South Pacific by 3 3/4, or that would be 8 1/4 if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. You need 2 pieces of designer series paper for your lid, outside and inside, 8 by 2 3/4 inch South Pacific, 8 1/4 inch by 2 3/4 Northern Hemisphere. And then you needed 5 pieces, 8 by 4 3/4. That was for the cardstock, and 5 1/4 by 9 inches for the designer series paper. 5 of those scored at 1/2 inches around the side, bottom, and side. And lastly, you needed 2 strips for the top of the box and the inside at 8 inches by 1 3/4 South Pacific, or 8 1/4 by 1 3/4. Right, Rich has brought something. I want to show you what we did today at card class. Let me just move everything out the way. This is what I'm doing this week in card class.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. Yeah, well, I did it today. This is a masking technique. It's my Easter cross, and it's a class that I attended by Ruth from Artful Stamping. So it's either got He Is Risen, or there's just a plain one over there without the He Is Risen. Lots of stamping. That is about an hour and a half's worth of stamping on there. So there we go. Very good. That's me for this week. So I made it. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea now. And I hope you all have a very, very blessed Easter weekend. And I hope you all manage to have some rest and have an opportunity to remember why we're celebrating Easter. Is it a celebration? A commemoration?
And a celebration.
And a celebration. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for watching the replay. And I'll catch you next week back in my craft room. Bye.